My name is John Bauer with Erio Mobile, and I'm with Campus Habitat's Tim Stanton, and we wanted to answer some of the questions that y'all had asked during our session. So Tim, glad to have you here today.
Thanks. Glad to be here, John.
All right, man, let me ask you a few of these questions.
Sure.
So, in regards to QR codes, how do you see QR codes being used beyond the simple drive to a website?
Well, while the drive to your website is actually sometimes helpful, it often can lead to a dead end unless you have online leasing. That's specifically what you're trying to drive. I would say use them more to push things to Facebook events that are going on, any kind of real world events you might want to drive traffic to. That's probably helpful. Don't feel like you can't use them for game elements. I mean, QR codes can point to anything online. They can point to any bit of data. So feel free to use it for an online scavenger hunt, or if you have some sort of real world things, have it point to coordinates that you want the person to go to and find. Most phones are equipped with GPS location at this point. So feel free to have fun with it. It doesn't always have to go to a website, and it can go to any website.
All right, another one here I'll help you tackle here, but for owners and operators, they're talking about building a smartphone app, so an iPhone app or a Droid app. Why do you think that there's such a low demand right now for like the iPhone app or a Droid app or a Windows phone app? What do you see so far?
Well, I'll let you speak to it more, but I would say just off the top of my head, it's probably development cost versus ROI from actually having an app. You may not have a strict plan as to what you plan to do with it, and it might just be easier to use pre-existing web technologies on a smartphone when you get to that level. But
Right, I would say, like you said, development costs can be really prohibitive to actually starting an app. Also, the fact that you're going to have to go across several different operating systems. So you've got, you know, the Apple operating system. You've also got Windows now. You've got still some RIM technology you got to deal with as well. So I think that Android as well, which is going to be, I think, 50% by the end of the year. Droid is going to basically take over. I think there's, they said 49 was the last. They're projecting it as being about 49% of the market share.
yeah, it's beating Apple right now. I think on a month-to-month basis as far as new phones being added. So it's definitely growing.
I could see it maybe in the future being more used for actually on just property management, not necessarily for prospecting, but
Right.
actually on site. So,
Yeah.
one more question I want to hit up, and then we'll
Sure.
kind of go on. So, how do you balance marketing online and dealing with your customers online, and then also face-to-face interaction? So, still the peer-to-peer relationship.
In my experience, it really varies depending on the demographic and the property, geographic locations. My best advice for that is to really just try it out. If you have an event, if you have something on the site level, and a lot of people show up to it, there's probably likely that the demographic is going to be interested in engaging on a face-to-face level. If nobody shows up, but when you post something on Facebook, some sort of content, you get a lot of people who are commenting on it or really being engaged on that level, then chances are they're going to be more likely to welcome your online approach. So it's again case by case basis. I would really test it out and just see which one you get better results with. That's probably your best approach.
Right. Well, man, thanks for stopping by.
Anytime. Thank you for having me.
I'll talk to you soon. Thanks, guys.